All right. Welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. It's Wednesday. This is a Memorial Day weekend, I believe. So I'm sure a lot of you have exciting plans. Yet there's tons of people already here to watch me talk some nonsense. I should point out that, as you already know, the world is completely insane. Maybe it's more insane than it's ever been. I don't know. But I'm here to try to entertain you for just a little while. And then in maybe a little while, we'll be joined by some other people. Who knows? So a lot going on. Lots been happening since I last saw you. And we're going to talk about all of those things and more right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there can waste time with you. All right, let's say hello to a few people before we get into too much, because I've been accused of not paying enough attention to the chat. So LA Style is here. LA Styles is ready to party. Dash Rip Rock is here. Some of these names: Jason Holstein and Stranded on Second with Tony Clark, Headspace, Mark Sanchez, and Reno Rocker 64 plus Leo Slayer, not Leo Sayer, but Leo Slayer. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here bright and early. I'm on my way to Oregon in the morning. So we got to keep this brief because I got to get up and get on the plane to Oregon. And if you're in Oregon, maybe I will see you. Okay, so let's see here. I like some Yankees references here. Anyway, a couple things before we get too into it. This is the last weekend to enter the contest, the Golden Robots Records singles competition. This is the last chance to be part of that. So if you have a song or a band, or you have a friend with a band with a song, go to the description, click on the link, and get in there. May 31st is the last day. Starting in June, we'll begin the judging process. They'll narrow it down to 10 songs. We'll play the songs on here, so you guys will get to be involved in that as well. So this is last chance for that. And also, a lot of people were part of my Patreon. I thank you so much. And a lot of cool things coming for the new Patreons and the old Patreons as well. But your things should be arriving shortly. Some people have gotten their stuff already. Some things are coming from Australia, so it might take a minute. But we had the Wheel of Names last week. We are going to bring back the Wheel of Names for next week. And I do have a Resist and Bite autograph CD, including signature from Tommy Schio of Tesla. I'm wearing their shirt tonight. I was fortunate to get to see them play with Stephen Pearcy. Not sure where we were. Maybe Albany? Syracuse? Syracuse? Sounds good. Anyway, a great band, and I like bringing exposure to some of these bands that deserve it. And so next week, if you're a patron, you'll have a chance to win that and some other things. Dr. Paul Shortino is here. And let's see here. And a bunch of other names that I have trouble pronouncing. We'll talk about Johnny Spaghetti Sauce in just a little bit. I just want to get through the rest of these plugs. So anyway, next week, Patreon's Resist and Bite signed CD. I also have one of these Jason Green Funko Pops. There's a few of these. This is not the only one. We can actually unbox it. This one is this is the Johnny Monaco haircut version. So if you've seen the original one, that's the original one with my long flowing witchy locks. That's the original. The good folks were nice enough to get this one, and this one it has a few subtle differences. This one has a microphone because when you start talking on one of these silly podcasts like everybody has, you have to have a microphone. And yeah, and the resemblance is striking, except that they cut the hair a little too short. But I personally like that my hair was cut short. And anyway, there's a few of these commemorative Jason Green Funko Pops, and we're going to give some money to a charity as well. So a lot of good things will come out of this. So that's coming up too. So a lot of people are asking me, how do you get one of these? And we're going to have those available soon and give some money to a great cause, except aside from feeding me. So there it is with the Johnny Monaco haircut, and there's only a couple of these made. And while we're talking about Funko Pops, I got to show you this. This is one of the rarest Funko Pops right now. This is one of the ones that is most sought after. Everyone is trying to get it. It's hard to show in this lighting. But this is the Pearl Jam Zombie 5-pack. And I know two of those guys came down with COVID and they had to cancel their shows. So maybe that's why now they are zombies. But I don't know whose idea this was. It seems ridiculous to me. It is the Zombie Pearl Jam pack. This is a Pearl Jam exclusive, and it also glows in the dark. Very few of these were made, and I've got a couple. So these are there it is. So I thought maybe you guys would want to see the Pearl Jam Zombie 5-pack. I don't know what Pearl Jam has to do with zombies, but there it is. Everybody wants something different. Okay, so look, we don't have all day. Let's get to it. Johnny Monaco, here he is.
Hey.
Hey, Johnny, how are you? Oh, you're
Okay.
sporting a different angle, I see. Hold on.
Yeah, is that better or worse?
Well, I don't really usually like being so close, but for you, if you think this is the way to go, it's okay.
No, I mean, as far as this way or landscape, or I'm doing it on an iPad. I never tried it on this.
I'm usually a fan of the landscape.
I could do that.
Let's see what it looks like, Johnny Monaco.
Is that better?
I think it's better. I mean, unless do you really want to be so up close?
Well, no, I have to. I can step back, but I got to just adjust the angle because it doesn't.
I don't have the handsome face that you have.
Oh, please. There. So if I do this, I could step back here. Is that better?
I like that better, yeah. I have a lot of natural light coming in. I have a stained glass window in my palatial estate. Not many people have that, but you can't even see it. But that is a stained glass window. Look how beautiful.
That's cool. Yeah.
But it makes for a horrible haze right now. But
oh, right.
Not yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me just fix that. All right, Johnny, we got a lot to talk about. People wonder where we've been. And also tomorrow I'm going to see you bright and early at the airport.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. I am not a morning person.
Yeah.
But it's not that early.
It's not that early. You know what's interesting? So we're flying to Oregon tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you, Stephen Piercy, and Miss Truth Adair.
Yep.
We are all heading there. And then the guys from the rest of the band, hopefully, fingers crossed, are going to arrive here, and then we'll all fly to Oregon together. But I saw today Sebastian Bach is heading to the airport tomorrow because he's on his way to Creature Fest. And then I think Bruce Kulick and his merry band of minstrels, they're also on their way. So the airport could be filled with a who's who, a cornucopia of people.
Oh, boy. Sounds serious.
Yeah,
they're coming. I thought they were going straight there. So they're coming here, and then we're all going there?
The way that the connecting flight works, I believe, is that they come here, and then we go there. I think that's it. If not, we meet them at the midway point, which is always Chicago or Michigan, one of those places. So you'll have to ask the tour manager. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the event that you will be performing at is a boat race of sorts, I believe. It's a hydroplane boat event. It's called Boat Nick, I think. And it's in Oregon. And you can go to officialstephenpiercy.com to get better information than what I'm giving you. But I believe it's a big boat race and a festival, and this is a huge event in Oregon, Grant Pass, Oregon. And we'll be there, and we will be there tomorrow night, Thursday. Stephen Piercy Band plays Friday, and we should point out that you will be there. I guess we haven't really said anything yet, but you will be performing tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise. I've been working on a bunch of things, trying to get ready. I know it's just one show, but there's still a lot of stuff I still need to work out, so I've been doing that.
Yeah, how do you feel about the songs now? Because last time you had about a day.
I feel 1 week better.
Has it only been a week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, but
Yeah.
Yet you still only feel 1 week.
Well, I've been going over the stuff, and then every time I re-listen, I hear something else or I forget something. So it's just a matter, you can only go through them so many times. You can keep going over and over them. It's just what's going to retain, what I could execute. So I'm just, and there was a bunch of other stuff like guitar fixing things and putting a pedal board together. And,
well, you did have to, you did have to have a detuna installed, right?
I did that. They don't call it a detuna. This company calls it Tone Vice. But it's the same concept. So yeah, instead of bringing two guitars, because I have one of my guitars has some fret issues, so it was fretting out. So instead of bringing that plus another one, and I wanted to bring one guitar so I could just drop the string and have it all in one. So that was a huge ordeal. And I got that on there. So it should be working. We're gonna find out. So
you will be traveling with one guitar.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Good question from Brian Kirk. Brian Kirk would like to know, are there any updates on your solo record?
Hilarious. I do not have any updates on my album.
The album is called She Said She Found Her Soulmate. You can hear samples of it on YouTube. And we're just waiting for Johnny to give us the word that it's finished.
That's right. Once I start getting into a little more autopilot mode, I've been juggling a lot of different things, but I do need to focus on that. And my lease is coming up, so I have to decide on what I'm going to do with that.
I took a tour of the Monaco estate. I think you should stay.
Well, it has its moments.
Johnny lives in, he shows it all the time. He's in a condo. But they were supposed to build 4 of them, and they only built 2. And then there's these giant footprints that look like, sadly, what the World Trade Center looked like, just where the buildings, the structure would have gone. And so it's an interesting place. It's very high up, maybe a little too high up for me. I got a little bit of the shaky knees, as they say.
Yeah.
But it's a nice place, and it's perfect for you. It's kind of a bachelor pad, and you've kind of customized a little bit with the lighting. In fact, I want to have you come check out my lighting.
Well, only by necessity. Because there was one light in the middle of the ceiling, and it was the wrong kind of light. It was like going into a shopping center or something inside of Walmart, UV. Mm-hmm. Just need to tone it down a little bit. That's all I can really do. It's fine. It's whatever. That's the least of the problems with this place.
I think you got to stay. Who the hell wants to move? Moving is such a pain in the ass. Anyway, let's fill people in where we last left off, because a lot of people have been wondering, what have we been up to? So we came home from the M3 Music Festival, and we did a recap on here. And then I think the next day or two, you sent me one of those awkward text messages about going to see Night Ranger. We're sort of in that early stage of going to places, and so you probably weren't all that interested in Night Ranger, but what the hell? And I felt the same, and I said I would go if you went, and so we packed up and we headed off to see Night Ranger. What's the name of Ryan's ticket company?
Rebel Tickets.
Rebel Tickets. So a friend of ours, Ryan Johnson, who I've known here in Vegas for over 20 years or so.
Wow.
He has a place called Rebel Tickets, which is a ticket broker agency. You buy tickets, and but he also co-owns the bars Aces and Ales with Kerry Kelly, and Kerry Kelly is in Night Ranger.
Yeah.
So we and Johnny, I mean, I shouldn't speak for you, but you and I think, are both a little bit socially awkward, and going places is not always the most fun. But I think we made the best of it.
Yeah, it was fine. They're always pretty good. I mean, they play a lot, so you know they got it down. They got their set down. They got their whole thing down.
Well, I'll tell you, they sound great. That band sounds great. These guys out there like Bon Jovi should be ashamed of themselves, or whoever can't sing or needs tracks, because from what I could tell, everything about Night Ranger was live, really dialed in. You don't see any amps on stage.
Right.
You know, it's a clean stage, and those guys play. They play great. And if you're a fan of Night Ranger, they give you what you want. And I noticed that they added a bunch of the Damn Yankee songs to the set now, which I think, if you're a fan of, you know, Jack Blades, that's a cool thing to see them play those as well. We were down, you know, in the fourth or fifth row.
Yeah.
And it was good. You know, I'm not the biggest Night Ranger fan in the world, but I know a good band when I see one, and they've definitely got some memorable songs that stay in your head. After the show, we went to the bar to be social, and we met a lot of nice people. I'm always flattered when someone comes over and tells me that they watched this YouTube show, and tons of people did, which is great. But also a few people, you know, aside from the show, recognize Johnny, of course, from his illustrious music career. A very nice. Would you say she was was she a Thai woman or a Pacific Islander? What would you say that woman? Filipino?
Somewhere in that region.
We're waiting outside the venue, just talking to a few nice people. And
inside the casino. Inside the casino, but right outside the doors that open to the theater, where there's Broadway lights, and people are slowly kind of walking out, and people are taking pictures in front of the posters and talking, congregating.
And we kind of stand there as if we were like a welcoming committee. Now, I didn't think that at the time, but we like to stand there and greet people, I guess. Anyway, so this woman, who I would say was in her 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe her daughter, who was in her 30s, maybe.
Yeah.
They're standing there, and this woman, an older Filipino woman, nice woman, she came over to Johnny, particularly Johnny, and she looked at him like she was very excited, and she asked if she could. What did she say?
Can I hold you?
Can I hold you? Yeah. And she said that she had been waiting 25 years.
She'd been waiting 30 years, most of her life, for this moment, and she wanted to know if she could hold me.
Right. And I thought, there's no way that Johnny is going to allow this woman to hold him, because she could be crazy, and Johnny doesn't seem like the type to be held by strange women. But you allowed it.
Well, she seemed really adamant. And her daughter was like, "No, come on, Mom." She's like pulling her away, and I thought maybe she thought I was in Night Ranger. We are the same height, most of me in that band. And so I was just going to, give, whatever, it's fine. What is she going to do? To hold somebody, I don't know what that means, if it's like cradling, or because a hug is different than a hold. Like when your baby Jesus was held, right? They were hugging people on the Titanic. Two different things. So I just said, okay, let's see where this goes. And she gently came in my personal space. I thought you were going to kiss me. And I'm not okay with that. And then she held me. It's cross hold. And it was a moment. And then her sister, "Come on, Mom." Come on. And I said, "All right, bye." See ya. Don't
Yeah,
cheat.
this
Call me. And then you had a comment.
I did.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the people what you said?
I don't know if I remember.
Did you hit that 30 years ago?
Sounds like something I would say. Yeah.
I
Now that makes sense.
What am I supposed to say? No.
Did you hit that 30 years ago, you think?
Listen, she was a very nice woman. I don't know what happened there. What was all about? But if that's what she wanted. Who am I to But you know how I feel about giving.
She seemed very excited.
Yeah.
And really was to meet the great Johnny Monaco. This is not something that everybody gets.
It was mistaken identity.
No, I think she knew.
No.
Because I think when she was muttering off, I could hear. I speak a little Spanish, not very good, but I believe she said, "When the fuck is he going to put out?" She said she found her soulmate, and if she knew about your record,
I don't know. I think she thought I was somebody else. Obviously, doesn't know who I am at all, and she wanted to hug or hold me.
Yeah, hold.
So normally I would only be held if I was in a warm bath. But in her defense, it was holding time. The show was over.
If anyone in Oregon would like to, you can probably approach Johnny after the show and hold him as well. This might be a new trend.
Now, where we're going to be up in the mountains. So a lot of times there's tick infestations. I had a tick once. I almost passed out. Ooh. The holding, ticks could jump. I've seen a tick jump. In a casino, there's other stuff, but there's not, ticks. I don't know. So it's a different atmosphere.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to require a tick screening first.
That's the thing. You don't know if you have them until it's too late. They can get in. You don't even know it's on you until you see it, and then go on the internet and find out how long you have to live, and then read about Lyme disease, and then panic and almost have a panic attack and pass out in the bathroom in your underwear. Yeah, it happens to everyone.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sure it happens to the best of us. But Donna is going to make sure she approaches you for a hug. Don't blame you, Donna. Absolutely, Donna. Please just make sure that you're not in any high tick infested areas. And Dr. Polchertino has some help. He says a quick bath in squirrel urine will get rid of all those ticks. So, he's a doctor.
Yeah, but that's not really doable because you know how many squirrels you would need to fill a bathtub.
A lot. Well, true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never thought about it that way. So anyway, after the show, we went to the bar at the Cannery, and all the Aces and Ales folks were hanging out, and and Kerry Kelly graced us with his presence. He's an interesting guy, and I've known him for a while. Also, we don't go to like rallies together or anything, but I know him, and he's an incredibly touchy guy. That's not necessarily a bad thing or what, but he likes to, while he talks, he likes to touch. And I don't mean inappropriately. Well, I don't know. But he gets you here and he gets you here, and he likes to get the fat under the arm, and he multi-touches. While he's talking to a group, he gets everybody. He's an octopus.
It's not a touchy, it's a grab. It's a grab.
Right.
Like, hey, if you were to say something, say, hey, buddy, I'm going to start. I don't know if I want to start doing that or not, but I think I have nerve damage in my arm now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a caress. He's not a molester. He's making his point. And,
right.
And in the process, he is he likes to talk. He said that he would consider coming on the show. I don't think he will. I don't think that, but you never know. He might. Ryan, I think, is going to try to push him. Who knows? Be nice. I know a few fans have said they would like to hear from him. So who knows? Maybe he will do that. But we had a nice time, and then after we went for ramen.
Yeah, we did.
And I don't usually go for that kind of thing. because there's so many steps involved. I don't like to order anything that has steps involved. When I see that there's 10 things on this menu, steps, I'm thinking I'm going to be the asshole who slows the whole restaurant down. I like to go and be prepared. I'll have a number 1, I'll have a number 4, but here you've got to choose all these things. Now, it happened that they had pre-made ramen, like where you could order by number, which is what I did. Now, you, on the other hand, you had some kind of long process that you chose your ingredients.
I was doing what everybody was doing, and I saw the one you ordered from. There were 3 or 4 stock dishes. You got like the steak and something. It looked really good.
Surf and turf, they call it.
Surf and turf. And the guy said it was a good choice, but out here they'll tell you that they just say anything. But yeah. I thought what yours was fine. Basically, what ours was kind of like what you had summed up, but you got to customize it, like when you're building a computer. So you get, you can pick and choose what you want in the bowl with, and usually I would just take everything, but I ran through the list really quick, picked out the ones I wanted. But I agree with you that it's too hard to do that. I'd rather just go with one number. I'll have the number 4 or something like that. But I did it because they were doing it, and I was confused. And then but it was really good, wasn't it?
It was great, and it was nice to go out. And at the end of the night, I did reach for my leg. You put my hand in my pocket. There was nothing in that pocket but my leg. I gave the face that you just made as well. And then we didn't have to pay, so that was very nice. So
yes, Ryan did treat everybody. That was very nice of him. And it was right. It's in an area where there's a lot of.
It's called Chinatown.
Chinatown, is that what was happening there?
It's called Chinatown.
And people were outside walking past back and forth. There was some activity going on. There was 3 and 4 places in a row in a strip mall. I've never been over there. You've probably been there, but it's right next to the tiki place.
It's called the Golden Tiki. I had a residency there, 12 weeks of punk rock music at this upper class place called the Golden Tiki. It's very nice. And it is right there in Chinatown. We'll have to do the Golden Tiki next time. We were trying to go to a place called Fo Kim Long, but that was too busy. But the place we ended up at was very good. I don't recall the name. But Ryan's generosity didn't end there. Michelle and I were out on the town looking for something to do, and Ryan was nice enough to give me tickets to see the Doobie Brothers. And look, I wouldn't pay to see the Doobie Brothers, but I was interested. And what a great show they were there. And now this same night, you were playing Aces and Ales. So my plan was I'd go see the Doobie Brothers, and then I'll go over and see Johnny Monaco at Aces and Ales. Now, I was about 45 minutes late for the Doobie Brothers. And I'm telling you, if you're going to go see them, that is the best thing to do. Even an hour, you're fine. The last 6 songs they play is all you need. And these guys sound incredible also. Here's another band, all live, sounds incredible. Michael McDonald is back. We had 4th row right in front of Michael McDonald, and Jesus Is Just All Right With Me, and Black Water, and China Grove.
Yeah.
Taking it to the streets. I felt like a young Fred Rerun Berry. It was so exciting. When I was a kid, I remember watching What's Happening, which was an African-American sitcom. Yeah. And I love that show. And in 1978, I probably saw it in reruns, but there was an episode where the Doobie Brothers were coming to play at the school, the gymnasium, for some sort of charity. And Raj was trying to get an interview for the school paper. He called up and he said, he calls a hotel and he said, "Are the Doobie Brothers there? I will speak to any Doobie who Doobie in." And that was a great line. And then later, when the Doobie Brothers, when someone picks up the phone, he says, "Which Doobie you be?" And this is what I thought the most about the Doobie Brothers for my whole life. Unfortunately, Jeff Skunk Baxter, it was on the episode. He's not in the band now. But these thugs, these thugs, they try to get a rerun to bootleg the concert using a gigantic tape deck. So he wears a trench coat to the concert. Yeah. And he gets excited, he starts dancing. Who wouldn't at a Doobie Brothers concert? Yeah. And he drops his tape recorder, and the Doobies are very upset. And the Doobies decide that, I don't, spoiler alert, that they're going to go and bust the ticket brokers, and they show up, and Doobie Brothers are pretty tough guys, especially back then. Anyway, it was great. What a lot of fun, and really a chance to see some legends. These guys are in their 70s. When you hear the songs, you realize how great these classic bands are. And that venue is great. That Zappos venue at Planet Hollywood is great.
Oh, yeah. How was that place? Yeah, I've never been there.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there like 20 years ago before they remodeled, but everyone's professional and nice. Now, listen, Doobie Brothers is a mellow crowd. I mean, most people, maybe they had another show or two in their lives, but it was mellow and nice and enjoyable. I personally enjoyed it more than Scorpion. I've heard so much fucking heavy metal music in my life that I'm okay hearing some other things.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. And then I said, well, how do I wash down this night? We'll head over to Aces and Ales, the bar we've talked about, owned by Ryan and Carrie, and also where you perform your solo show.
Yep. Yeah.
And we walked in, and you were very nice to give us a gracious introduction, saying that Michelle and I had just been married, and you referred to her as my child bride. And the people at Aces and Ales were so excited. They congratulated us. And now they're sending me messages to come in and have a free marriage drink. So that was always very nice. And then you played a bunch of songs that I've never heard in my life, which was refreshing.
Michelle knew them.
She knew them. Yeah, but she is half my age. So when it comes to knowing songs from the 70s, she's very hip.
That's my point. She's younger than you, but she knew those tunes. She just might have been in tune to some of those. I mean, they're popular, but they're not like on the radio all the time. But sometimes when I go into Smith's or I'll go into some store, Walgreens, I'll hear them. So someone's must be picking the right ones, because I think those are good ones.
Yeah, well, it is refreshing. I joke that, yes, I do not remember every one of those songs, but it's great to hear something that's different than what everybody else is playing. Most of the time, if you're in Vegas and you walk into a lounge of any sort, you can almost guess each song that's coming up, and many times I've done that.
Yeah.
With your set, who knows what's going to happen?
That's
and
right.
you take requests as well, and we had a great night, and then we went out on a quest to find the perfect milkshake, and we haven't found it yet. We went to a great local place called Blueberry Hill. Is that where we went?
Was it that night?
Maybe that was the night before.
I don't think it was that night. I think that night we went to the Cosmopolitan.
No, that was the first night. The Cosmopolitan was, I don't even remember.
Oh, no. Didn't we go to Mandalay Bay?
Well, we went to Mandalay Bay to see the world's greatest Poison tribute band that you sometimes play with. And they butchered a Poison song. It was terrible.
We went there because I had to pick up a pedal.
Right.
But did we eat after that?
We went out. We've been going out a lot lately.
We have been going out a lot. It's like we go out so much now. I don't think a whirlwind.
Well, we went to Denny's one night, and the milkshake, they were very inconvenienced and did not want to make us the milkshakes. That was one night. Then the other night, we went to a place called Blueberry Hill, which is a great chain of diner-type establishments, but they gave you a glass of milk, essentially. It was melted.
It was, I mean, on the menu, it says shake or malt. So when you hear that, you're thinking, well, not only are they good at making these, but they're giving you options. Not many people know about malts, and they definitely don't know about like a vanilla malt, which is one of my favorites. So I ordered the vanilla malt, and it was
a glass of milk.
It was underwhelming. It tasted like a big glass of milk. Yeah.
We had a strawberry cake and something else with it, and then anyway. But so we were on this quest, and then we decided that we should go somewhere with a little class. A little do something a little different. Go to a place where there's kind of a theme. When in Rome, and so we went to the Hofbrauhaus, which is German food and a German establishment. on the way. Fortunately for everyone, I am part German. Don't tell them the Germans anything more. But we were on our way, and Johnny, you were cooking that night. You were making your world famous spaghetti sauce.
I don't know about world famous, but I was
That
trying.
you ended up throwing in the sink in a fit of anger. It looked like.
Well, that happens.
Well, you you brought a little sandwich bag that had like a few droplets of this sauce in it, and then you asked me to stick my finger into the droplets of sauce and then taste it. And I thought it was strange. You didn't mention that you were going to bring along some sauce for me to taste. You didn't mention it as soon as I got in the car. To be honest with you, I don't even know where you were hiding this sauce. But then all of a sudden, like halfway through the drive, you produce a sandwich bag with this sauce. Luckily, Michelle was smart enough to know that when you and I are together, so the things could happen. And she filmed this, and it is on my social media right now. Johnny's insistence that I taste this sauce. Indie Cult, thank you so much. Yeah, you got that for the next 60-year-old that needs a hold session, and I'm sure there will be more. But we appreciate that, and that's going to go towards paying for our next meal. But so I declined the sauce, but we went to this Hofbrauhaus. And it's so if you've never been to one of these German Hofbrauhaus establishments, it has extremely high ceilings, which makes it even noisier than you would think. Then it has a band. Sometimes it's a traditional Oompa band. This was more of an Oompa Loompa band. And then they have long wooden tables where sometimes people may join you. It's communal dining. Of course, it's a pandemic. Why wouldn't you have that?
That's right.
They sat us in between two large groups of frat boys. One was having a bachelor party. Not sure what the other one was, but yet the rest of the restaurant was wide open. I probably should have requested that we sit somewhere else, but we were then part of the ski chug contest where they put Jaeger shots in skis, and then they drink, and a lot of. This is not the type of place that I would normally go, and definitely not the type of place I think Johnny would go. I think I found it funny because he was so miserable, as he said. I didn't plan it that way, but I figured Brian is also making a point about the socially awkward public spankings. That is true. Yeah. We witnessed several of this woman, Inga. She would round men up. And she would have a paddle, and it seemed like she paddled them very hard.
Very hard. Like she was into it. She seemed like she worked out, and she was wearing like tight workout pants, and she was not
lederhosen workout pants.
Well, she was not messing around. She was laying into it, and it was loud, and they loved it. And after they hit him. They would cheer and they'd do a shot and they'd scream and hands in the air like it was a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Because you can't hit them back.
You cannot. That would be social. That'd be frowned upon. Food was good.
Yeah.
And I think, and somebody was asking if I had a beer, and the answer is I had the first beer I've had in I don't know, a long time. But they do have such good light beer there. I like light beer. So I had whatever the special was, and Johnny had the Hefeweizen, and it was great. And you know what? It was sort of fun to be part of an experience. I'm not sure I would run back and do it tomorrow. And thankfully, I don't think they're going to round everybody up and force them into an establishment like this. I mean. I don't think that's the German way. I hope not. But it was nice. We did not mention the war, and we got out okay. Our waiter was a fine. I would say he's probably a Hispanic gentleman, and his name was Coco, and he wore lederhosen as well. Indie Cult wants to hear you play a song, Johnny. I don't know if you're up for that. He did cough up 20 clams. Is there anything off your solo record that you could do maybe a verse and chorus of?
Well,
he'll think about it, and he might not be set up for this type of thing, but who knows? Maybe we can get a little bit of that.
If you can hear, every time I try this, it doesn't work, right? Or it sounds bad.
I don't know.
Would the acoustic guitar be better?
Excuse me, I'm parched. Brandon Fields, aren't you getting ready to perform in Indianapolis? I think Brandon Fields, Johnny, you know Brandon.
Yes, I do.
He's the Field. Anyway.
Yeah. Isn't Todd Kearns in that band?
Todd Kearns, who we're probably going to see at the airport tomorrow. All those jolly Canadian guys. It's going to be fun.
I think there's a statue of him there.
In the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I think he's had those erected in different places. All right, Johnny, give us a little something, would you? Hey, there we go. Look at that. By request, Johnny Monaco. You drop that in. He's ready. At the drop of a hat, he's ready to perform.
It wasn't really warmed up. I didn't want to belt it out, but that's the idea. I like that one.
Yeah. What was the name of that song?
Before the Summer's Gone.
Before the Summer's Gone. From the upcoming album, She Said She Found Her Soulmate. Going to be available very soon. How's that record coming?
All right. I am trying to build a little area to record in, and every time I start to get ready to do something, I get distracted. And,
this is a Johnny Monaco. She Said She Found Her Soulmate guitar pick, and one of the lucky viewers is going to get that. They got it from the Patreon last week, and this is the pick. But anyway, so the record is coming along because he already has the title on guitar picks.
That's been out. I've been kicking this around for a couple of years now. I find that hard to believe. It seems like this was hot off the press. Trying to get ahead. And then everything got messed up, and I had to move. I know it sounds like a lot of excuses. People that record in their cars and stuff, it's got to finish this vocal, and they go out in the car. I was in an apartment before this. I couldn't do it there, and I was just used to my own place, but I wasn't getting it done there either. So I think I'm just procrastinating for some reason, but I think it's a good selection of songs. So I think it is going to sound really great when I get it out.
Well, that is coming soon. Brian, that's your pick. It's on the way. And so after we went to the German place, You think it'd be a good idea if the Scorpions and Queensryche toured together and they called it Operation Mein Kampf? Just a thought.
I don't know what the security will be like at that event.
Probably be strict. Anyway, so I decided to make it up to you, Johnny. We went for some food made by your people, native to your land. We had Chicago hot dogs.
Yeah, I know you kept calling my people. Those were okay. I thought the buns were a little like not as soft as they should be, like almost not stale, but kind of crusty, right? Did you notice that?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've had so many of these different. Everyone has their own place,
It was good. I mean, it was better than most, and they tried to have the right stuff on there. I don't know. It's just I don't know why.
You did not have the sporty spice peppers. I had the sporty spice peppers on mine. It was a little spicy, but it was good.
I like those. I'm just not sure I can eat those anymore without really paying for it.
Yeah. And then so that was the last time that I saw you, and then you've been working on things, and of course I've got a whole bunch of things that I'm working on too. Before it's always catching up before you go out of town. So
Yeah.
we leave tomorrow, as we mentioned earlier, and then we're off to Oregon, and we're not going to Portland, Oregon. We're going to a smaller airport in Oregon, and
Oh boy.
and this will be your first full Stephen Piercy show. This is a long set list of tunes. There'll be no surprises this time. We won't add anything an hour before the show, and we're going to have a whole night in Oregon to explore the wreckage and see the sights or whatever else people do in Oregon, and then the next day we have a reasonable flight home after the show. Jerry and Scott, they do not. Their flight leaves at like 3:16 a.m. It's the first flight of its kind. So I feel bad, but it was all that was available. Was Johnny friends with Chicago bassist power pop band Material Issue?
Well, that was right when I joined Enough's Enough, and then they were playing a show, or they came to a show at the Thirsty Whale, and they jumped up on stage and jammed with us. I personally didn't know them very well, but I like Material Issue. I mean, I think Chip and those guys might know them a little more than I do, but I think I jammed with a couple of them on stage before.
The question is, will we be near Bend, Oregon? And I do not know. We'll be at Grants Pass, so you'll have to do the research. I'm not sure.
I was told it's up in the hills, and you might even see snow. Like it's like that high up.
Wow.
Is that true?
Ask the tour manager. Although when we were in Utah, you weren't there for that trip. You joined the next day. There was snow. Yeah, in the mountains. So
and I could, just to reiterate the Material Issue thing, Jim Ellison came up and jammed with us, played Revolution, having a great time, and then 2 weeks later he died. So
they're not related, though. I don't think.
But he was. So he was up there having a good time with us, and then something happened 2 weeks later, and then that was it. But that's all I know about Material Issue. But I love their songs.
Someone asked if you'll be in Ohio, and I mean, listen. The answer is, without alerting the press, that you will be at the upcoming shows. Until you do something ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really told that we talk about it, and I think it's just kind of like, oh, that guy's in the band now. Who's that? He's been here for a week. So
you're like George Costanza. You just keep showing up.
Right. No, it was that episode, right? Or Kramer. Well, I don't even really work here. That's why that makes this so difficult. Yeah. I haven't been officially told anything, but I'm just going to go with it and just keep, do the best I can, and hopefully it sounds good and I want to continue. And then if not, I understand. I'll just return the shoes I bought and Can you get
Well,
money?
I
Oh,
know that airline tickets have been purchased for Atlantic City, so I know you'll be there.
I will.
And then after that, Michigan with Slaughter, and then that your ticket hasn't purchased, but I believe you'll be there. And then the day after that, I don't remember. You go to officialstephenpearcy.com. That's really where you find these dates. Also, I should point out the show in Atlantic City is a really fun lineup if you're going to be there. There's 2 stages. One stage has a little bit of the more modern bands. By modern, I mean 25 years old, like Chevelle and Hinder. But the stage that Stephen Pearcy will be on, the lineup is Doro Pesh, who's great. I love Doro. She's great. She's been on the show. And then next is Slaughter. Those guys are nice fellas. And then after Slaughter is Great White, and some of those guys have been on the show. And then after Great White is Stephen Pearcy. So it's a fun bill, and hopefully some of you can come out. That's kind of the closest I've been to home in quite some time. Question for Johnny is, Johnny, you have said You're My Favorite Thing is one of Donnie's favorite solo tunes. What's your favorite Enough's Enough tune? Good question.
Boy, that's a hard one. I mean, there's so many good ones. I don't even know where to start with that. I've been asked that before, and I really don't know how to answer it. I mean, there's eras, you know. It's hard to pick one. It's like picking one Beatles song or something like that. I don't really have an answer. I like all of them. There's some I like less than others, but I still like them all. I think the Strength album, there's some good ones on there. Coming Home. Boy, Downhill off of another album. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to answer that. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Well, and everyone has their own opinion. But yeah, there's like I think what you said, that there's different eras of the band. There's the classic.
There's no bad ones. There's no bad songs.
Yeah. Also, for those who are keeping score, Enough's Enough will be opening for Stephen Pearcy again at the Monsters on the Mountain. I'm not exactly sure of set times, but I believe Enough's Enough goes on at 9:08 a.m. And then you can catch Stephen Pearcy much later at the nighttime. But if you can't sleep at night, or you get up very early in the morning, make sure you check out Enough's Enough. I mean, the band that they call Enough's Enough. Donnie V, I do not believe will be there.
No,
In the Groove is one that a lot of people seem to like.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, Baby Loves You. I like that one.
Yep, that's another good one. Pretty more in the hit style written category, right?
Mm-hmm.
First
Yeah,
chorus,
I think they played it on David Letterman. Yeah,
that's right.
One Step Closer. I think that's a Rat song, but okay, we'll let it go in there. Ain't It Funny?
Yep, that's way later, but that's a great one too.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
what is this one? Michelle Lane. She says, "For Now" is one of my favorites. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one too. That has like a vibe. Some songs, when you hear them, remind you of an era in your life. And I always be careful what I listen to when I'm doing things, because that sticks with you then. So like if it's a good song you really like, and then something wrecks it, then every time you hear it, you're like, ugh. But you know, because you like the song, it wrecks the song for you. So I got to be careful what I'm listening to when I'm around people, new people.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, because sometimes you'll be dating a filthy whore, and you listen to a song, and then when the relationship doesn't work out, you're like, son of a bitch, I can't listen to that band anymore. Right. You know, so you have to be careful. Hold on. Seth plays bass for a band called Baby Monkeys on Acid, and he's just wondering if he won the Golden Robot Records contest yet. So Seth, the deadline is May 31st, and then we'll get to the songs. I hope your song from Baby Monkeys on Acid makes the final 10 so that we can vote on it, and hopefully you're going to win this thing. By the way, we're looking for sponsors. Anyone who's watching this, if you got something to sell, you got a record or whatever the hell you want me to promote, an establishment, we will promote it, and you'll get a lot of press. Ask Golden Robot Records. They get mentioned quite a bit. So, okay, so let's see what else we have here. So anyway, yeah, but I hope we get to hear your music. And again, next week we're giving away an autographed Resistant Bite CD featuring Tommy Skeel of Tesla, and that's a great band, great record. Not a lot of great records anymore. The Sonic Slam 2022. You're excited? Are all the bands on point? I don't know what that means, but the Sonic Slam means that it sonically slams your hearing. It will damage the music, damages your hearing. But that is going to be the LA Guns are going to be on it, I believe. Lineup to be decided. I'm not sure. I know that those guys are very cautious. They're in a bubble because they don't want to get sick. It's not like those Ham and Eggers would be out at Ultimate Jam Night just dicking around for free. Oh, wait. Maybe they were. But anyway, I'm sure that they're going to be safe because you know those guys are very serious. And then speaking of very serious, the Faster Pussycat is going to be there, featuring Tammy Down because he's the only member of the band. And then after that, Tom Kiefer. And I'm sure every night Tom Kiefer is going to say, how did I end up with these guys? Anyway, but you can catch that Sonic Slam at a pool hall or a fishing hole or a donut shop, wherever they play. Head out and see it. All right.
I just saw someone posted the tour poster. A lot of dates.
A lot of dates, yeah. And is it true that you are being sought just in case things don't go right?
I think that's made up. What can go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
It's been getting around that if somebody should leave, that they would call you.
Well, if I'm not in the middle of Wanted Man.
Yeah, well, you are a wanted man these days. That is true.
Maybe that was a
people
bad
want to hold you. They want to hold you.
She didn't know who I was.
I beg to differ. I think she knew. She kept crying something about Monaco as they put her back on the way to the institution. But so anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of rock and roll tours this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing some people. Striper, Oz Fox is a friend of both of ours, so I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. We'll be doing a show in Texas with them, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Indie Cult has another question. Johnny, what is your favorite song you've wrote or written? I'll take you as you are for me.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of songs. I mean, there's hundreds of songs. I mean, maybe 300-400 songs recorded, and then there's a bunch more. So, I mean, on the ones that are on the albums, there's a couple on there I like. Let's Set Our Hearts at Self-Destruct. I like that one. And Still Haven't Called. I like those two. I mean, it's hard to pick songs of your own and say, which ones you like.
Yeah. No, that's a tricky question. Someone is saying, speaking of Faster Pussycat, what happened to Greg Steele? So Greg Steele was a sound editor, and he worked on some really big movies. I think he did local news for a while, but then he did some popular movies. I think he has credits. Someone told me now he's doing some kind of, I don't want to say it wrong, but something in like furniture, like either making closets or something where he makes enough money that he doesn't need to deal with Faster Pussycat. He did get on stage and jam with those guys at the Whiskey, and I think that people were happy to see him. A lot of these guys have moved on. They're these bands they were in 40 years ago, and I think a lot of these people have their own lives now.
Yeah, that's a natural progression. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, you'll get there. Queensryche Kicks and Quiet Riot, yes, that's coming up. We have a lot of shows with Quiet Riot. We see them quite a bit. I'm always happy to see Jizzy and Johnny Kelly, who played on my album. And yeah, and so anyway, make sure, how long we've been talking here? Oh, we're just a little over an hour. I hope that everyone is entertained. Johnny, you're going to do the monkeypox test before we leave, right? Because I think that we're all going to do that now.
How do you know if you have monkeypox?
I don't know. We have to find. I think
that's something that's a little. That's not just like in the air. You have to have contact, and not just a little contact, right?
I'm not. I'm not an expert. If maybe Dr. Paul is here, he could help us. But I'm not an expert on this thing. But I know we all have to make sure we don't have it. I think
we got to test for that too.
Yeah, a lot of testing before. Here's a question. Why doesn't Piercy play much, if any, of his solo stuff? There's some killer songs, albums, and some others that go unheard of. Well, I listen. I can't really answer a question for him. He would love to play the solo songs, but unfortunately, when you go out to these markets, people want to hear Rat, and he is fortunate to have an amazing career of Rat music, and it's hard to take one out, and he knows it. What song do you take out to put in the solo songs? We've tried it, and a lot of people don't know them. I think maybe sometime, he'll do a streaming event with some of the newer music. He's working on a new record, but I think that is why the arcade songs and the solo songs kind of get lost. His set list is a greatest hits set, and it's hard to choose. There's still some Rat songs that I know people would love to hear, and he is trying to work those in. So we shall see. Rat and roll. Here's advice from Dr. Paul. I'm just going to leave it up there. I'm not going to read it because I don't want to be held liable. But here's an expert on monkeypox, and they say, have you had sex? That's how you get it. Spit blood. So if you're spitting blood after having sex, you've got it. I don't want to listen. I want to caution people watching. We are not medical experts. I believe Paul's true. I think Paul's doctorate is honorary, but Chris wants to talk about Steven Tyler. There's not much to say. Hopefully he'll be okay.
I don't really have a lot of patience for if you have that much money, it's like, what do you want to say?
Well, I got to tell you though, maybe this is controversial, but Steven Tyler's got to laugh at Taylor Hawkins. He's got to be like, I'm in rehab every other week. I've been touring. I'm 74 years old. And I'm touring and doing all the drugs and taking time off. Just what I was thinking. Could Piercy be a special guest on a future Wednesday Live? Of course. If you watch the episode we're in the airport, he made many appearances. You never know when Stephen Piercy is going to show up. Hold on. Indie Cult is back, and I appreciate Indie Cult supporting us because we are going to have to eat in Oregon. Prices of food in Oregon are very high right now. Jason, can you and Johnny listen to your own records for pleasure? Johnny, can you just put on one of your records?
I don't really listen back to their albums, when I'm mixing them, I'm listening to them so much, and then when I finally get them done and mastered and everything, I'll listen to them. Sometimes I'll go back and listen if I'm coming home from somewhere and I wanted to remember something or, how something sounded, but I won't just put it on and be into it. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Do you do that?
I think it's also a little difficult because I think you can listen to them years down the road. But in your case, most of the songs that you wrote are sung by you, though. So, I wrote a lot of songs that were sung by different people who maybe I don't like those people, or maybe I don't want to hear it. But my point was that songs bring back memories. And I think that if you made the song, you remember where you were when you were recording, and oh fuck, I knew I wanted to fix that, and so it's hard to just enjoy the music. But I think everybody once in a while somebody will say, "Hey, I liked this song," and I'll listen to something again. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully this next record you'll be able to listen to it all day. Johnny, do you double track vocals? I'm assuming the answer would be yes to that.
Yeah, not always, but a lot of times. Some songs just sound better with one vocal than nothing else, and some need layers. So it depends on the song.
Dan would like to know if Patreon gets you a crash spot on the couch for a Vegas trip. Johnny's couch would be perfect if you want to.
I don't have a couch.
Well, I got a really bad one, but yeah, who knows? Maybe we put everyone on the wheels of names. I'm glad you guys like my Resistant Bite shirt. Nathan Oots sent this to me, and also the CDs, which we will be giving away. According to Deborah, it's very similar to smallpox. Well, why didn't you just say so? I'm very familiar with that. Droplets, saliva, or bodily fluids, rash, fever, etc. Very rare. Okay,
so like if we're going over to someone's house for Thanksgiving with a bunch of blankets.
I never thought about it that way, but sure.
Sure, you give a trade, thanks for the holiday. Here's some blankets infested with smallpox.
Right. Yeah. Michael Perez thinks it's not rare enough. But is Stephen, which by the way is spelled Stephen, is he coming to Minnesota this summer? I don't know if it's Minnesota per se. Is it?
The Grand Hinkley. I thought I saw something in there about Minnesota.
Hinkley. If that's Hinkley, Minneapolis, I think it's Minnesota. It's close enough. Yes, we'll be there. That's a fun bill too. Quiet Riot is on that one.
Wow. I better get in shape.
Yeah, that's a while off, but it's going to be a fun one. Let me just make sure I'm getting everyone's comments. And I'm trying to scan through the stupid ones, and that sometimes takes just a little bit of time. Let's see here.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Hopefully, I'll be involved and keep it going. It's something to look forward to, and it's a challenge. And I like touring, and I thought we had a pretty good time the first time, and everyone seems to get along. So I mean,
yeah, I think so too. Florida, I have not seen yet. I'm actually a little surprised. I'm trying to plan.
Yeah, Florida's always weird to get to, right? Because it's kind of on its own. But there was just something happening in Florida. So a bunch of bands are going over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to plan my Disney vacation, so hopefully it'll happen very soon. I am very strongly considering going to Dollywood, Johnny, if you're up for that. That's very close to the Man on the Silver Mountain Festival, or whatever it's called. That's coming up.
Silver Mountain.
Yeah,
love that song.
Great song. Yeah, and
voice.
Let's see here. Yeah, and so anyway, that's. I think that's sort of what's going on. I don't know if we offered any knee-slapping comedy today, but I'm glad that everybody tuned in. I also remember that my tour diary, which is about my experiences traveling, will be coming out very soon. I edited it. I cut it last night, and for the first episode is around Christmas time, and it's a completely different band now. But it's a lot of fun, and I want you guys to check that out. I am going to send it to Patreons to watch first, and then it'll be for consumption by the general public. And it's a lot of fun, and you will actually get to see how Johnny joins and other people come and go, and then just see what it's like on the road. We had a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more. You never know what city we're going to come to. And if we're going to go for custard, that kind of thing. If you're watching and the Stephen Piercy Band is coming to your town, feel free to hit us up. Maybe we'll come visit you, at your job or place of work or house of ill repute, whatever. We could stop by and see you. And so let's see. Like some people I know are assholes, and then other people I think they're assholes, but I have to judge. Indie Cult, hold on, just in. Johnny, how often do you see major bands and know you're a better guitar player?
I don't know. I've been trying to be nicer lately because Jason keeps telling me I'm crazy, and so I don't know if it's fair for me to judge like that. What's better? What's worse? Is that guy worse? Probably. Is this guy better? Could be. I mean, if we're talking like technical stuff, I know guys that can't really play technical ability stuff, but they're huge and their songs are great. So, is he a better or worse guitar player? I don't know how to even answer that. It's a good question.
I think we've seen some people who suck.
Yeah. With the risk of offending somebody, which I tend to do that a lot. I don't know why. I would like to say that sometimes that is the case, and sometimes I guess it's rare that it's not. But that sounds bad too. See, I can't.
You're very picky amongst guitar players and music. You like what you like.
Yeah, I mean, you could say someone's better than another person, and the other person could be like, "You're crazy. This guy's way better." But their idea of better is different. It's false equivalence.
Yeah.
You have to say specifically like technically better, or writes better songs, or has a better tone, or you can actually watch while they're playing, or they're exciting as a performer, or their vibrato is better or good, or it's what you like. There's so many variables. For me just to go, oh yeah, every time I walk into a room, I know I'm better. That wouldn't be the right answer, or nor would it be my answer. So I don't really know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading about Juan Cruce's Chili.
Oh, that was hilarious. This chili. Oh, someone retracted their comment. I want to know what it was.
No, that was me. Oh, someone else did?
It says Randy Martin, message retracted.
Oh. Yeah.
What do you think the message was?
I don't know. I didn't feel like he was the asshole, but all right. You never know. Thank you, Tommy Skio, for turning us on to the band Bad Marriage, kick-ass band with swagger. So yeah, Bad Marriage was very cool. They played 2 shows with Stephen Pearcy. They played the one that I think was in Syracuse area. I forgot what. Jordan. How could I forget? Jordan, New York. And then the next night they played again in Bedford, Massachusetts. Might be New Bedford. I don't know. But that's where it was. And yeah, and they were good. Nice guys too. So you should check them out. This guy, MK Ultra, he says, y'all should get a good drummer and be a power trio like the Winery Dogs, Rush, and the Police. And I think I'm somehow lumped into this. Johnny may find himself a power trio like those bands. But I don't know. I think he's got to get the record out before he can do that.
I've played in power trio lineups before with my stuff. When I went to England and played with Rob Lane and Michael Richards.
The guy from Seinfeld who yelled the N-word at the Comedy Store?
Nope. And I went to England and we did a whole tour like that. It sounded great.
Yeah. If anyone has any last... Oh, Randy just said he was voice texting and he messed up. That's all.
Okay. That's all
right.
He wasn't, I tend to do that, but from now when I'm on the phone with somebody, if they get something from me and it's misspelled or it's jumbled or there's a word that you probably could figure it out, I just let them do the work. Because by the time I put like an asterisk and then put the right word or spell it right, and I only do that because I probably had a couple friends in the past that are real critical with their grammar. So like, oh, they're going to think I'm so stupid I spelled "your" wrong. Now, some people spell it wrong because they're idiots, but most people it's an accident or just going quick or your voice to text. So when you get a text, just figure it out. Just assume it was spelled.
Yes.
Don't make me sit there and read. So from now on, because I get that from people, they think I'm very like critical of judgmental. So when they send me a text and it's a misspelled word, or they right away have to spell the word like, oh, I don't want him thinking I'm an idiot. I get it. You'd misspell the word, or,
Johnny, I don't know if you. I agree with you, Johnny. I don't know if you like to read on the plane. I got a couple of good books here, though. This one is "Bet My Soul on Rock and Roll: Diary of a Black Punk Icon, John Beauvoir." And John Beauvoir has had an amazing career, and this is a great book if you're looking for something to read. If you're on airplanes every weekend, as we are, and then I haven't read this one yet, but this is by Carl Gottlieb, and this is the Jaws log. This is the expanded edition. It's an introduction by Peter Bentley. Carl Gottlieb was one of the screenwriters of Jaws. He also plays, I think he plays a reporter in the movie. More importantly, he wrote the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin, and he also wrote a couple of episodes of The Odd Couple. But anyway, this is about when they're making that movie. I keep reading material here just in case.
Yeah, I haven't read a book in a while, and I get grief for that all the time. But someone gave me a book to read. It's sitting on the table. I thought it looked good on the table.
Yeah.
And I guess I could bring a book on the plane. I think I'll get like motion sickness, though. I don't know. I'm really bad on planes with the motion part. I'm trying.
Yeah. That could be a problem. I'm not going to read any books. Let's see here. Someone had a good question. Oh, yeah, here it is. Indie Cult. Jason, LA Guns say Paul Mars was an out-of-control drug addict. He seems good with your interview, your verdict. Okay, well, look, there's a few things. One, are LA Guns known for telling the truth? I mean, first of all, their hair isn't even real. So that's the first problem. Second problem is, if Paul Black was on drugs or anything, you're talking about something that happened 40 years ago. So how the fuck do I compare the two things? When he was on my show, I didn't give him a drug test. The guy seemed like a pretty smart guy. I know he's been successful. He's made some money. Got a nice place, and he's making music with him with Joe Dog that they seem to enjoy. So I don't know about his decision. I do know that the guys in LA Guns, some are liars. Phil Lewis lies about people being on drugs. In fact, he says that I'm on drugs. So I don't know. I do know that I don't come in spoons.
Are you sure?
Shared on the internet.
That maybe we were talking about misspellings, but maybe he did spell it right, and the guy was an out of control dog addict. How many dogs did he have?
Oh, I see. Dr. Paul was. I didn't even notice it. Did it say that?
See, and you're so professional that you read the whole thing, and you just knew what he meant and didn't say anything. That's what I'm talking about. But when it's posted, maybe we don't know. You never can interpret what they post. Maybe he had too many collies, or every time he'd show up, it's like there's husky hair all over my gear. This guy's an out of control dog addict.
Yeah, you might be right. Now I feel terrible that I was. Yeah, now I feel awful. Donna was trying to send us some money for a milkshake, but it's not working. But the thought is there, and
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Donna, when we come to your city, we can all go have milkshakes together.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Very, very good point. And there's a little debate here of who's the bigger train wreck, LA Guns or the Bullet Boys.
Oh,
hard to say. Let the summer unfold. And
can it be a tie?
No, yeah, right.
I shouldn't say that. I don't know. It's they're living their life.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's see what happens. Anyway, well, we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. Are you packed?
No. Should I be packed? I mean, I don't know. I don't bring a lot of things to these shows because it's just, I only need one day. Yeah. And I'm still trying to figure out what we're doing with this, how we're getting, if I get to check a bag, carry one on. So I think at this time I'm going to check the guitar, because now that I have the one guitar set up the way it's supposed to be, I hope. And then just put my pedal board. I made a new pedal board, and it's a small one. And I could put that generally in my suitcase, my rollaway, with my clothes, and then put that on the plane. However, it's just a little long, just like by this much. So I don't know if I should put it in like a little bag and just carry it on the plane and throw my clothes in that thing,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe go for it. I might do that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but I was waiting to do that. I'm gonna do that tonight. I was working on the tunes and putting that stuff together, and I've been doing nonstop since this whole thing started. So that's where
Is there a particular Rat song? It's early, but that you've enjoyed playing. Is there one that you like?
just playing through all these songs again and being listening to them once again because I haven't listened to songs in a while. They're all awesome. I like playing all of them. I like playing "Wanted Man," and I think I like "Lay It" or "You're in Trouble," but we don't do that one. But that's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
"Wanted Man's" cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs about urine. I don't know if maybe one of the guys had a gold fetish, but there's "You're in Trouble" and then there's "You're in Love." Obviously, both about water sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones.
Mm-hmm.
What I say, "Back for More" it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the new ones like "Body Talk's" fun. There's a lot of good ones in there. I'm just trying to remember them all.
By new ones, you mean new to you playing, not new to
Yes, correct.
to the Billboard charts.
Right. To me listening to again, but because I've been practicing so much, I don't know if it's because I've been practicing a lot, or I clench my fists when I sleep, but my arm hurts, like it's really sore, like right in here. So I don't know what that means, but I want to keep practicing. But I think I should kind of mellow for a second. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Always something, Always
yeah.
something.
All right, I'm trying to get through everything and then call it a day. Yeah, I gotta pack a little bit. I gotta pack a couple things. I mean, for the most part, I just keep my suitcase together. I've got the toiletry bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing that.
Now that you're doing it so often, it's just like, well, you just keep it, and
That's
then
right.
I take out, clothes that I wore and put into new ones. And so,
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. That's why I wanted to get this board together so it can be the same thing each time.
yeah, and because there are a lot of dates. If anyone has any other last questions, now is the chance to fire them off before the world comes to an end.
Oh, look at Indie Cult paid for the milkshake. This guy.
Yeah, it was very nice of him. Yeah, because Donna's wasn't working,
Very
and
nice.
so he paid for it. So yeah, we'll have to have. I think near your home is that Steak and Shake. I bet you they make good milkshakes. It's in the title.
Those are okay. They're kind of formulated.
Really? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Nah, it's like when you go to McDonald's and you have a shake, it's kind of like that. It's like there's no character to it. They're okay.
But you order a vanilla shake. How much character could you have?
There's levels to shakes. Remember in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
You could taste a good when someone's made it right. It's big difference. We're just used to vanilla normal shakes from those places like Steak and Shake and McDonald's and stuff. But when you get a real one made with the right amount, like the right ingredients, it's life changing.
Someone would like to see your pedal board. Is it handy?
I mean, yeah, I could show it if you want to see it.
People seem interested. They also want to know if you're bringing a red or black guitar, and people are interested.
I mean, are they just yanking my chain?
Gary Montano just wants to know what's up, motherfuckers.
Is it one person saying this, or is it because who else
wants one person? You don't have to do it. I mean, maybe other people. We could take a vote. Would anyone like to see Johnny's pedal board? If you would, say aye.
That's fair.
And if not, we'll skip it. Bats, whatever the fuck, says that they enjoy a good Wendy's Frosty. I had a pickle Frosty from Wendy's for Pickle Rick. It was in honor of Rick and Morty, and I shot a video of it, and I'm going to show that.
Pickle Rick. Wow, look at all these.
A million questions came in. Everyone wants to see it. Look how many people want to see it.
I love it that, remember, look at Jerry. He's funny. He keeps spelling my name wrong. I love it.
Did he?
He's funny.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Monaco.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Jerry Montano is here. Jerry Montano plays bass for the Stephen Pearcy Band.
Yes.
You can see him
Nice
with the
guy.
rest of with the
Very
rest
nice,
of the
nice guy. Yep.
yeah. And if you don't know Jerry Montano, his list of credits, he played with Hell Yeah and Nothing Face and Danzig, just to name a few, at least a few that I remember off the top of my head. But Jerry's got a great career and is a fun guy, and usually goes out and enjoys having silly times with us as well.
All right.
Okay, so I guess Johnny's going to show us these pedals. People wanted to see it.
I don't think people are interested. I can't imagine anyone being interested in this. But so I put it's all in the bag. Let's see here. Gonna have to bring this camera down just a little bit. Show you what's in here. This is the thing I was thinking of taking on the plane.
Yeah.
Because I have it all inside.
It looks pretty good.
Can you see
it's
that?
Better than those. Who makes those pedals?
These are Moore. The company is called Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Mooer. And except for this one. This one's a TC Electronics, and this one's a MXR for a boost pedal. Mm-hmm. But it's very small. And I made a snake for the effects loop. And then this is the other cable you need to go back from the distortion pedal to the amp. So that's all that. And I have a wireless, a little small wireless, but you know, see this, how small this is? See how light it is? Super light.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
I did some wiring and tried to get it clean. As clean as I could. And it's very light, which is what I was going for. I have pedals just like these in full size. So I kind of felt like I'm rebuying stuff. But this is a different application. This is to be as light as possible. And originally I made it in an L shape because I put it in one side of my gig bag and the guitar would go on the other side. It's a Paul Gilbert thing. But it seems to fit perfectly in this case that I have. So I thought I would just keep it in the case. There's a little pocket on top. And that's where I put the wireless unit. The wireless just is like this now. You don't need a receiver anymore. It's just these things. One of this goes in the pedal, and the other one goes into the guitar. So there's no big box. So that guitar,
there's always a big box, if you know what I mean.
Very light.
Maybe that's for after the show.
And I made a little power so people can recognize it better, and I put some wrapping on it. This is the power connector.
That's a good tip.
Red is power, and that's it. But now I don't know, because I wanted to put this whole thing inside a rollaway, but it's just a little too long. But it fits this so well, so maybe I should just put my clothes.
You could do that, or you might be able to stick it out of the rollaway a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like, I think that would be okay?
I think so. I think if you had the top zipped and it was just sticking out, it still might count as one overhead item.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then yeah, that would work.
I mean, otherwise, you're going to be carrying that damn thing around.
Right. I was trying to not do that. I was trying to not carry anything. That was the whole point of doing it. And just to make it a little easier on me at the airports, because the stuff gets kind of heavy. People wouldn't think, oh, that's how heavy can it be? But when some of these airports, like you said, are very big.
Well, when you have a connecting flight, a lot of times you'll get off at exit, gate 6, and the connecting gate will be gate 637. And so that's a bit of a jog.
Right. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at with this stuff. So, and then I got the guitar going. This is so uninteresting, but I got the guitar.
It can't all be monkeypox jokes. Sometimes we've got to.
See right there? I put this in, and evidently I didn't do it right. Mm-hmm. So, a great guitar tech here in town, Rod, put this together for me. So now it's blocked off. So when you use this, right here. Just pull that out. If you can see it really. It's different than the other ones. Pull, twist this, and it drops the string down to D. So when you're doing lack of communication or all those cool ones, you got that chunk, 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 and then you turn it back up. Bink, back to happy birthday to you. And that's what that does. So we're going to find out.
Nice. Now that is not a D-tuna. D-tuna is the thing that Eddie Van Halen came up with. This is a similar idea.
Yeah, it's the same concept. It's just that it's meant for this type of bridge. Those other ones work with a different guitar. This is specifically for guitars that have a cavity, like a hole. Because if these things should stick out this way, then you could put the D-tuna. Lives over here, lives way out here. But because there's a recessed big part of the guitar, you have to have a short one. So that's his.
Indie Cult is very generous tonight, extremely generous, which is good because we need to eat. He says, Hasten and Johnny, favorite cheese songs? And I don't know how many songs are written about cheese. I'm not a giant dairy enthusiast, except for a milkshake. But I guess he means like silly?
Yeah. Like Claire. You know the song Claire?
No.
Gilbert O'Sullivan. It's a little perverted, but I like that one. And I like songs like Saturday Night. Is that considered cheese? I don't know.
Right by the Bay City Rollers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a little cheesy to some.
Or like Laughter in the Rain.
Who's that by? Whitesnake, Fool in the Rain?
Neil Sedaka.
Oh, yeah, he's a nice fella.
Do you know that song? You've never heard that song?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I mean,
I've seen Neil Sedaka live.
Oh, yeah. Laughter in the Rain. I don't know if that's a cheesy song, but some people might, they might fall into that, right?
I don't like to out anyone, but one time me and Brent Muscat met Neil Sedaka, and they were talking, and it really seemed like it was fabulous.
What do you mean? They were what do you mean?
We were we were having a conversation with Neil Sedaka, and those two seem to have a lot in common.
Oh,
I don't know.
I could picture that. That's
I like this song called "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo, which was really a Paramore song, and it was stolen, and they ended up having to give her credit. But I like that. Is that cheese?
No.
I listen to music as a kid.
That's a different kind of cheese. This is that's like cream cheese. This is strolling along country roads with my baby. It starts to rain. It begins.
You guys hear the demonetization? I hear that.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. No.
That sounded like they'll catch us. I think cheese is like silly pop songs. Like I like the Spice Girls. Is that cheese?
Maybe. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, like maybe. Yeah, I suppose. I'm stuck in that
This
era.
guy's got a Paul Shortino, doctor. Excuse me. He has a cheese chew band called Swisted Sister. I'm always up for a good cheese joke. Jerry, Jerry's here. Jerry says he likes Primus, but I don't think Primus is cheese. But Jerry, if you'd like to weigh in with your favorite cheese song. Oh, you want to know if Richard Cheese counts. That may count. Let's see here. Anyway, well, Colt, thank you so much for being so generous. And we'll be happy to. No, Colt is still going. Colt, did you rob a bank or make a good investment? This is just a comment. Johnny. Oh, no, it's a question. It's a good question. Johnny, is Donnie a nice person? I think he means V, not Trump.
Well, I mean, I think he's just misunderstood. Like when you catch a raccoon. I think it's kind of a hard question to answer. I think he means well. I think maybe some things, some people might find, like, oh, what the heck? But I think he comes from a good place. So
I don't know him as well as Johnny. I think he's a person of fault. I mean, we all are. Do I think he has problems? Of course. Do I think he's nice? I think he means well. I don't think that, from what I've seen, I don't know him the way Johnny does, but he doesn't strike me as like a mean, vindictive person. He's also, sometimes he might be tied up in a little bit of a mess of a lifestyle. But
sometimes.
Was that?
You said sometimes?
Right. But I don't think I think he's means well, and I think for the most part he could be a nice person. I think.
Yeah. I would like to believe that too.
Yeah. Let's see here.
This guy said rat songs are all cheesy, and I think he's saying that derogatory, and he spelled cheesy wrong.
He probably spelled rat wrong too. Who is it? Let me take a look.
Yeah, you're right. He did. Always consider the source with people.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. No, this is a nice guy though. He comes all the time, but
okay.
Not everyone's here for the rat, and that's okay. It looks like his profile photo is Frankenstein. I like that, and maybe it's him. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. Listen, everyone's entitled to their thing.
Yes.
And let's see. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of hijinks today, but I think we still had a quality broadcast. And there's been 150-ish people the entire time hanging on every word. Just a reminder, next week we're going to give away autograph resistant bite CD signed by the guys. And this is a really good record. I do recommend it. I don't promote things that I don't like. Last chance to enter the Golden Robot Records contest. Just go to the link in the description. You got until May 31st. Get your music in. I know there's been a lot. Their A&R department are going to dwindle it down, to whittle it down, whatever the fuck do you kids say, to 10. Tommy Skio, Johnny, myself, Mark Knight, from formerly Bang Tango, and Ramen Cuso are all going to give it a listen. And yeah, Jerry was with me when we saw Resistant Bite, and so yeah, we both were impressed. It was a good band, probably deserved some better luck. So hopefully we can keep spreading the word. Yeah, and right, and as Jerry points out, they did a version of Modern Day Cowboy, and Brian Wheat was there, and he enjoyed it as well. Hey, and Michael Perez, a little kibble for my cat. That's good to know because I'm going out of town, so I gotta leave. My cat some extra kibble. So that is much appreciated, Michael. Thank you very much.
This one says Chip doesn't steal fundraising chocolate bars from music shops. No. Donnie doesn't steal fundraising chocolate bars from music shops like Chip does.
Is that really in the comments?
Yeah. So those, by the way, those candy bars, not a big fan. I know it's going to a good cause, but they don't ever. Oh, yeah. Just thinking about those, I don't like those kind of candy bars. They're not good.
Can you explain that? I don't really understand. Did Enough's Enough make candy bars?
No, what he's saying is, these guys must have went to a music store to do an event, and there were those candy bars by the register, those long round ones that you can buy to support the cause. And he's suggesting that Chip five-fingered.
Have you heard this before?
No, I don't know. Really, I don't know Chip to be a big stealer or a big chocolate fan.
Mm-hmm. You know how things get blown out of proportion.
But if anything, he's regifted. Like he goes to the truck stops and puts their CD in the rack with the other ones, just to promote the band. So the people come in, they're like, "Oh, I'll take this one." They go up to ring it up. Oh, there's no sticker. I don't know how much this is.
Yeah. Someone says they're still waiting for the CC DeVille stories. He does tell a CC DeVille story in our first interview, and he tells it on his own podcast too, I believe. So
Yeah,
We'll have a whole summer to make fun of Poison. Be patient.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
K Bear is asking for Icon again. Dan Wexler interview, and this one's come up a few times. I haven't got to yet. Are you familiar with the band Icon, Johnny? I probably asked you that.
yeah. Rough Cut and Icon were both when I was growing up listening to bands. So they were both in there. They had these great guitar tones with a really big chorus sound with two guitars widened out, kind of like a Randy Rhoads tone almost. And their vibrato is real wide, and it was good. So yeah, I remember both of those bands.
Yeah. Question is, what shape is Vince Neil in? As if Johnny and I have any inside information to that. I don't know.
You know, it's at this point, you know, it's been going for so long, and
Jerry was saying, or is saying, that CeCe should have been a stand-up comedian. He's the funniest dude, and actually, if you've heard some of his guitar playing, it's hilarious. Anyway, just a little fun. Just a little fun.
So Jerry is saying that CeCe DeVille is hilarious.
Yes. Can you do a CeCe impression for us?
I'm not doing that.
I would do it. I just can't really. I have to hear a voice in my head, and to do it, I don't really hear it. What do we think? There was a band playing the other night, and the drummer was a guy named Francis Ruiz, and he was the drummer for Samantha 7 with with CeCe, and he's a nice guy. I can't think of what the band was. They just were coming through town, and I remember I looked at the lineup and I said, maybe it was that Silly Choir Boys. I don't know. There's a lot of tipping, Johnny, for you to play songs. I don't think Johnny is a trained monkey, but apparently he is. Johnny, the song that Indie Cult would like to hear a verse of is "I'll Take You As You Are." Here we go. Over.
Wrong song.
Nice. All right. Here we go. A little musical entertainment.
Words in there. Sorry about that.
Overrated is such a great album, of course. And let's see what else we've got. I want to make sure I get everyone's questions. Here's an interesting one. Jason, do you have any interest in interviewing Sarah Brightman, the singer, that she does duets with Eric Adams of Manowar and also sang on stage with Paul Stanley? I mean, I don't know. What's the angle, Brontosaurus? Let me know. Send me a bio. Let's see what else we got here. Johnny, do you use house amps for travel gigs?
Yeah. On all the riders, their amps are supplied. You obviously can't bring amps. So I just have to bring pedals and the guitar and whatever I can remember of the songs. I can't remember
some bands that we're playing with right now, and I will mention their names, their businesses, their own, but are actually using house guitars.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm seeing it happen more and more, and maybe it's not a terrible thing.
I mean, I would do that. I mean, the only reason I set up this guitar with that D tuner is because 3 of the tunes are drop D, so it's instead of bringing 2 guitars. Someone mentioned in here that they didn't like the drop D tuner their guitar, and I can understand that. I'm not sure that I like it yet either, but it's one way to fix the issue of having to bring 2 guitars. And they usually supply Marshalls, either 900 or 2000s. Some people get really specific and they want specific amps, and I can usually use whatever they give, whatever's there, as long as it's fairly high gain amp. And
these upcoming shows are Marshall JCM 900 heads, so that's what's coming.
Those work. That's fine.
Yeah. No artsy things. Yeah. Jay Santiago says that he loved the shredding on I Used to Be in Enough's Enough. Yes, Johnny can shred when it's needed. All right, well, I think we're just about ready to get out of here. We've been here for an hour and 46 minutes. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate Jerry Montano stopping by. We'll be seeing more from him tomorrow. And then he, of course, is in the upcoming tour diary that I do. You'll get to see him administer a COVID test to a sick patient. It is a very gripping moment. It's in episode 5, I think. So you're going to want to subscribe if you have not. Right now is a good time to click on the subscribe button. We're over 10,000. We're in the millions on the views, and I am thankful that you guys enjoy this silliness that we do here. And listen, all these super chats provides more money for us to go and eat. Otherwise, we would probably stay home and share a can of beans. So
I should review some of those sometime. Yeah, it's very nice of the people to do that. You've been taking me out, and we've gone to dinner a few times, and you always pay, and I always felt bad. But then I think, well, it's come. The people are hopefully it's coming from that, and I know you say there's a percentage and it dwindles down, but when you do send in stuff like that, that's very nice, and it's not like we're sitting here throwing shrimps in each other's mouths. I mean, it pays for a good thing here and there, and it just helps the channel grow because it makes us want to continue to. Well, I mean, it's not my channel, so, but that's.
Well, but you've become a big part of this and these Wednesdays and some of the other fun videos that we do, and we're all sort of part of the process of your album now. We're all involved in the release. How is the record coming?
So that's hilarious. So once I get more on autopilot and I can remember the Rat songs, then I'll start with remembering mine, and then hopefully the pain in my arm goes away, and then right to the steakhouse. So we can't afford steaks. That's not enough money, right? Steaks are pretty expensive. This is like hot dog.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm grateful for whatever people share. How about an interview with Butch Walker? I don't know Butch Walker, but I would like to interview him. I'm not super familiar. He's the Marvelous Three, though, right?
Oh yeah, he's great.
He wrote a lot of huge songs.
Yeah, he's great. He's keeps reinventing himself. He's got a bunch of albums out after that, his own stuff. Each one goes down a different way, and great writer, really good live performer, really gets the crowd going. And on top of all that, he's a producer, and he's done tons of albums.
Speaking about going down a different way, this person suggests a live broadcast from a Las Vegas brothel. I would be up for that. Why not?
Brothel? Like in the cowboy days?
Yeah, kind of, with women of the evening.
Not with monkeypox going around.
That's a good point. This is probably not the time to get into.
Got a hard enough time. I ate a banana, and I was freaking myself out. I'm like, do I got monkeypox? I don't know. I feel like.
Well, I noticed you're scratching earlier. It was a little resemblance.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
South Gang. That's Butch Walker.
Yeah, South Gang. That was way back, and then after
Is
that,
he from Chicago?
no, he's from Georgia, I think, and he lives in
Right.
Malibu. His whole house burned down once with all his gear, and he had to restart over again.
That's terrible. Jerry's getting a monkeypox pool going.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, hold on. Leo's contributing to the shrimp tossing fund. And that's nice of him. We'll have to get that going. We'll have to film that now.
I like pictures of the Blues Brothers scene with that's funny.
Do you know who I think you do know, but do you know who portrayed the maitre d' in that scene?
I don't remember.
Paul Rubens.
Yeah, right, of course.
Yeah. Okay, and thank you, Indie Cult. We appreciate it. You might be getting a steak. Indie Cult, I think, alone has bought you a steak.
That's very nice. I mean, come on, man. I feel like we should do more.
You know? I mean, should we go eat? I feel like maybe we've got to get ready for tomorrow and do homework. I feel like it might be a school night.
I mean, I don't have any food because someone told me I look fat. So
Well, no, really? Are you making that up?
No, Ryan Johnson told me I have a little bit of a gut. I don't know, but anyways, I look down, I look in the mirror, and I see pictures. And I'm like, sometimes you get a bad angle. So, and I tried to make some spaghetti that you wouldn't taste. So I didn't like it. Felt it was too over seasoned, and I took a couple bites. Did you know it
was over seasoned before you asked me to taste it?
No, I did more after the fact. I think if that stuff that you would have tasted probably would have been fine. I probably would have said, hey, you know what? It's pretty good. I would have left it alone. But because it's me, I have to, overzealous. So I think I seasoned it too much, and it was so salty that I thought I was getting like something was wrong with me. I was sweating. I don't know what happened, but anyways, I threw it out. So I didn't eat, and then I didn't eat the whole next day, and then I had 2 bratwursts, and bratwurst just used to taste better for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Michelle Lane says you look just fine. She's a nice young lady, so you can trust her.
Well, the lighting in here is not really great, but so I haven't really been eating like normal.
You ever think about shaving your body, take a few pounds off?
I don't have any hair on my body. Just
that stomach of yours, you've got like
but that's normal business.
Trail.
I don't have like anything here or anything. I'm not like
a but you got that trail of tears going on.
The what? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I got to start working out. I'm just kind of lazy, but I just really been.
They got gyms in these hotels we're going to. Have you ever been on the road and actually gone to one?
No, that's a mistake to do that. I have 2 gyms here. I don't.
Why is it a mistake? Do you get sick?
No, because what you'll do is this is something that you do when you're in a hotel. You know what? I don't ever work out. Today, I'm going to start. I'm going to go down to the gym. It comes with the hotel. So you go down there, you do all this. What do you think happens the next day? You can't even get out of bed.
Yeah. You have to warm up before you do it. You got
to be a person who works out to utilize the workout room or go to the gym in that town. Right. I do what I normally would do in a hotel.
Masturbate and fall asleep.
Put plastic on the controller and masturbate. No, I would do what I would normally do. Like if I was at home, I would make coffee. I'd bring my own toilet paper. I'd let that happen. And then
I can vouch that is true. He does bring his own toilet paper.
You have to. These people, the toilet paper they give you, it's not even that you spend half the time getting it out of your ass. Breaks apart, gets all in the hair.
I think if you get into a little bit of shape, then using the hotel gym isn't a bad idea. But sometimes they're very nice. Although I will say that gyms are very dirty. There's definitely monkey pox and other type things running around.
That's because the people that go to gyms are dirty.
Yeah.
They're sweating all over stuff. They're squatting. Their camel butt toes are walking around. You can see little stain marks. It's disgusting. it's the horrible life of the heterosexual gym member.
How do you know you're heterosexual? That's stereotypical.
You're right.
Homosexuals can get monkeypox too.
From what I'm hearing, even more susceptible.
That's what I'm hearing.
That could be a myth. You never know. Much like a monkey, they're violent creatures. I don't like when they beat the monkey to death with the hammers and eat the brains. I've seen that before.
I'm against that.
But at the same time, I would never give a monkey a hammer because it would probably do the same to you. So kill or be killed, monkey.
Kill or be killed. Yeah, no, it's true. And the monkeys may take over. If you've ever seen, Charlton Heston was very scared of that.
I'm okay with monkeys taking over as long as it's an equal place society. I don't think we should be ruled by monkeys. Although sometimes when I'm driving around Vegas, I feel like I am. However,
I don't know if you could say that.
They're animals. I find that monkeys, without the use of thumbs, are going to have a tougher time than perhaps one of us humans.
Yeah, I like to go for walks in a new city. That's the exercise I get. When we were in Massachusetts, I walked out on the harbor for probably did 5 or 6 miles at the end of the day. I like to do that. I like to see new things, get my exercise.
I do that. I do all that.
Well, we'll be doing that soon. The only problem I have is that I'm never really aware of my surroundings. Because I was born in the Bronx and I went to school in Spanish Harlem, nothing really phases me. I don't really think of neighborhoods as being bad neighborhoods. I look around and I'm like, these people like Pearl Jam zombies. They're not going to mug me.
Well, then we'll be the perfect combo because I always assume the enemy is right there.
Indie Cult may have robbed a bank, but is nice enough to buy dinner. Here it is right there, $100 for our next dinner. Indie Cult, Indie Cult 777. That is kind of you. I wish you had something you wanted us to plug for $100. I would, if you want me to give out your address, have a little get together, I'll be happy to do that. But thank you. Yes, Indie Cult 777 is great, and everyone is. John Alvarez is a little angry though, but okay. And
wait, what happened?
I don't know. He can't believe it. And then the metal scientist is also. They thinks Indie Cult might be loaded.
Well, when we were in the airport, and somebody made a comment like, asking for money is like pandering. It's like one step away from free love. We're providing a service, and the people are generous enough to do that. They don't have to do that. We're still going to, be talking here and doing stuff. As far as does it help us out? Neither one of us are rich. If we don't have, a tip, we're going to go get our dinner or whatever. Does this help? Certainly. And we'll get together, work on ideas, and come and do the show. So it's not like it's pandering, and it's not like it's asking for handouts.
It's better than us giving hand jobs in the parking lot for McDonald's. You know what I mean? Listen, people are
not go crazy. McDonald's,
The night is young, but it's great. And listen, it's nice that people support this channel, and we're all a family here, dysfunctional family at that. But it's so great that when I meet everyone, put their faces to it, and it's nice of these people. And this is my job. This is what I do. I know it seems like I'm just sitting here tell a few dick jokes, and Johnny comes on. But anyone who likes to contribute, it's great for us, and it makes it able to do it. I got other things I could be doing. So does Johnny. But we come on here to try to bring some entertainment. As I said earlier, the world is in shambles right now. People are crazy. A lot of sad things are happening, and so it's we're trying to keep it fun. Keep it lighthearted and not worry about the news and all the other horrible things that are going on. Our thoughts and prayers aren't going to help anybody. So maybe we tell a few dick jokes and try to distract people from life. And if in the meantime, some people are generous enough to contribute or they enjoy what we do, I think that's a great thing. And
that's very nice. That is very nice.
And for anyone who might be shaming Indie Cult for tipping, you guys are cocksuckers. So
that's terrible.
Don't shame.
get ribeye steak. Someone said, it's funny. I saw something that was funny here. What McDonald's asking for a friend? Funny. And
yeah, this is Jerry makes a great point. Right before you joined, Johnny, we went to the grocery store to cash a check, of all things, where the tragedy in Buffalo occurred. We watched it, and I mean, just a few weeks or days later, and so you just never know. You never know. And let's see here. Just want to get to a few more, and I think most people get it and how cool it is to support the channel. Jay's asking if I listen to Opie and Anthony. Of course, I have never listened to Opie and Anthony. I did listen to Howard Stern. I didn't listen to the Chicago guy either. Johnny probably did. Mancow. I don't really like any. I'm a purist when it comes to radio. Let's see. Anyway, now we're going to have to eat something, which is good because I haven't eaten all day.
I am
myself.
actually really hungry. I have not eaten. I have no food in the house because I knew we were going to do this trip, and I didn't. Even though it's just a couple days.
I'm starving.
Back, I got 2 shows in a row. I got to play Mandalay Bay and New York. So I won't have a lot of time to cook. Plus, evidently, I can't cook. So.
Well, I mean, we don't know that. It's not like anyone tasted it.
It was going good for a while. Something happened. I don't know. I don't know how to mix ingredients. I don't want to have to keep going to restaurants, but it's like I'd rather do that and spend like an extra $6 or $7 because if you make it and you have the ingredients at home, you can add all that up. So you're paying for the expertise of whoever's putting it together, plus they're doing it, and there's no cleanup. So for that $7 or $8 difference, it's almost like just have them do it. Except I don't find many places I like out here. So it's tough every night. It's like, what am I going to eat? It's a huge ordeal.
Yeah.
Someone asked me favorite bridge pickup. I don't know that I have a favorite bridge pickup. Depends on the type of pickup. Is it a double coil, single coil? I bought these Yngwie Malmsteen pickups. They come in 3. And I put them in my guitar and I was playing. I'm like, I don't think I sound anything like him now. So I returned them and I told the guy, I want my money back because I don't sound anything like Yngwie Malmsteen when I use these pickups. And he said, are you sure? Did he put them in right? I'm like, you think so?
You should have called him if you were going to unleash the fury on him.
Or got on a plane and drank some booze. I never drink on planes. That's a bad combination.
I will tell you this. I have the Southwest sent me a bunch of drink tickets. And and I don't know who to push them off on.
Oh, I know who will be doing that. Well, maybe. I mean, if you're going to do it, I'll do it. If you want to get like a Bloody Mary or something, I'll do that.
I don't drink. I drank at the German bar a light beer, but I don't drink. And then I will also point out that everything is sober because of who we work for. He is sober, so.
But they won't know. You get a Bloody Mary. What are you drinking? I'm drinking tomato juice.
I'm not going there.
That's right. You don't like drinking tomato juice out of bags.
Well, that's too, but no, I'm dry. This is a dry tour, and a lot of the other guys don't drink as well. But if you would like to sit in the rear and have a beverage, I have these things.
I'll think about it. I just think that when you start drinking it like in the morning like that or noon or you're on a plane, it starts out like a great idea. And then by the time you get off and then you're kind of sluggish and you start getting a headache, then you're in the airport and then you got to go to the next flight. And then it's, you might need your wits unless you drink the entire time, like, Arthur.
Andy Nordall.
Then it's like but then if you do that, you can't stop because the minute you stop, you don't feel good.
Sometimes they've got bitches on these planes and you can make it rain with these drink tickets too. Like, especially on the flights back to Vegas, there's usually people coming here to get loose on their morals. And so maybe we just ration the tickets out, to young ladies or bitches, as the case may be. I like to keep it politically correct. Indie Cult is back. And he's still contributing.
Love it.
Now he wants to know if you like Fly.
Are we talking about, was that an Enough's Enough song?
It's in quotes, so I think it's an Enough's Enough song.
You know, let me see really quick. Um, I have to remind myself about what song that is. You have some lyrics for me? Let me see if I can just pull it. If I just hear 1 second of
Indie
it.
cult, please hum a few bars. Have you ever heard of the BG Bistro on Tropicana? We've heard it's good Bulgarian food. Thanks for doing this, by the way. It's always been a good time. I'm not sure I've heard of that place, but we'll take a look. Maybe that's the next place. Maybe we'll be meeting there in 30 minutes.
Why can't I find it? He's not referring to Fly High Michelle, right? There's a song called Fly.
Oh, maybe he should. Well, I don't know.
No, I think it's a song. I think, well, I don't know why I'm blanking right now. Maybe it's a Donnie V. I think it might be a Donnie V solo song.
Donnie solo song.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to listen to an answer next week.
No, I think the answer is yes. There's not one song that he's written that I don't like. And I'm listening to a second right now of it, and I'll tell you which one it is.
We're going to get demonetized. That's enough. You sound great.
You can get demonetized for that.
No, dude, was that enough though? I mean, I couldn't name that tune in that many bars.
Yeah, I know it. It's like a ballad with just him and the piano. Yeah, it's not one of my top ones, but I still like it.
Do you know the search game? It says play that search game on the plane. It'll kill 3 hours like it's nothing. What is that?
Oh, yeah. That's it's like you see a room and it's like find this thing and go through this and you kind of navigate through the room and try to find it's like Clue or something. It's cool.
I like the game. When I was a kid, we used to play this game to kill time where we would name a band for every letter of the alphabet. So, for example, A, I would say Alcatraz, and then you say one.
Graham Bonnet.
No, you have to say a band that starts with an A.
Oh. Anvil.
That's a good one. Then we'd say B, and then I would say Beggars and Thieves because I want to pick an album. Beastie Boys. And then C, I would say Cacophony. It was fun.
Wow.
C is Cat Stevens, sure. D, Danzig, because Jerry Montano is watching.
Debbie Gibson.
Good choice. Lives here in Vegas. E, Eric Gales.
Eminem.
Who? Eminem. That's a good one. Yeah. F.
I miss Chicago. Me first. Franz Ferdinand.
Good one. I'd say Foghat. G.
Mine are all stupid. George and the Satellites.
Good. I'm talking to those guys about coming on the show, the Georgia Satellites. We'll talk. I can't give away too much. Grim Reaper, my guitar teacher. H.
Halloween.
Good one. Hanson. I'll go with Hanson. I. This is a tough one, but we can do it.
Wow.
There's an easy one.
There is?
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
Oh.
Now you got to come up with a harder one, but it can be done.
Izzy Stradlin.
Good. Yeah. Also, the Juju Hounds featuring the members of Georgia Satellites. J.
Journey.
Yeah, that's the only one I could think of for a second. But Joy Division.
Okay.
And now we go to K.
Creator.
Wow. Now you're showing your age. Creator. Wow. King Diamond.
Crocus.
Yeah, that's good. We had an honorable mention. What comes after K? L?
Loverboy.
That's a good one. What about that Lord? That chick Lord? Remember her? Lasted about a minute.
Yeah. Elegance.
Well, I'd rather go with Lord. M?
Mastodon.
Nice. Merciful Fate. N, the letter N, as in Nancy. Night Ranger.
That's not what the
N. Yeah.
thinking of K.
I don't know what's going on in your head.
Nancy Sinatra.
Good one, yeah. You played Boots Are Made for Walking the other day at your show. It was great.
I do that, didn't I?
Yeah. Now they're getting tough.
OTEP.
That's funny. I was thinking that one too, but I'll go with Olivia Newton-John.
Ozark Black Mountain Devils or whatever.
Yeah. P.
Phil Collins.
Pretty Boy Floyd appeared on this channel, and Steve Sex Summers will be back in person very soon, so I want to get that plug in. Q.
That can't be done. There's no Q's.
There's two giant ones. They both have the same word.
Yeah. Quiet Riot. I get. Yeah. Okay.
Quiet Riot. I was going to say Queen or Queensryche.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but those are good too.
There's something wrong with me. I don't know what it
R.
is. Easy. Rammstein.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Rolling Stones. Rush.
Yeah, you have a few. The audience is playing along. I'm trying to look at it. Obviously, the
Ramones.
Yeah, I should know that one. Yeah. Okay.
Riot.
Yeah. S.
Mine are all stupid. Scorpions.
Skid Row. T.
Triumph.
Teddy Pendergrass. Oh. He's great. If you haven't listened to Teddy Pendergrass, I recommend it.
Well, I do. Would have never thought of that. But
Odd choice, yeah. You?
Uriah Heep.
Oh, that's good. I just had one. Or UFO, the band UFO for Eddie Trunk. I don't know if you know he likes them.
Yeah, he'd be good at this game, probably.
Yeah. A V. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with I got one. They might be from Chicago. Veruca Salt.
Vinnie Vincent.
That's good, yeah. In honor of Creature Fest.
Vixen, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. T-U-V. W. There's a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to pick a fun one.
W, huh?
There's a lot of W's.
There are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a joke about all the hair bands with the W.
If I look down, I'm cheating. So now
I'm trying not to look at the screen, but I have a million.
Well, what's yours?
A warrant.
Right. I don't have a good one. I now that I see them all, they're all good. But Whitesnake.
Whitesnake is good, yeah. And then there's Winger and White Lion.
Yeah, Wasp. Warrior.
X. Now it gets really tough. X. I would go with the band XYZ. We saw Terry perform at M3.
Xenon.
Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
That's a band, right?
I think so. I think it is.
There's got to be another X. Maybe not.
Maybe. I think there's a band called Exciter. I think it was spelled with an X. I think maybe that was Mark Slaughter's first band. I'm not sure. Okay. Y. The letter Y.
Yes.
Yanni. He counts, right?
With a Y. Yeah.
Yeah. Yanni starts with a Y.
Okay. Well, I said yes. Y and T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're on Z, and there's only one that I can ever think of. You might have it before me.
Well, we're both going to say zebra.
Zebra.
What else is there?
Is there anyone else? I'll let the audience open it up on this one because zebra is the one I was thinking.
Yeah, zebra, obviously. There's got to be more.
There's got to be something else that we're forgetting. But fuck if I can think of one. Oh, there's a great one in the audience. I'll give them credit. ZZ Top. They spelled it wrong.
ZZ
Zappa.
Top.
Yeah, Zappa would be good too.
Zappa would be Frank, though, right?
I think so. I don't know. But anyway, this is a great game for killing time. It works with movies and television shows as well. Next thing you know, you're on the on dry land,
Yeah.
and sometimes while you're playing, maybe Stephen Piercy looks over. What are you fucking guys mumbling about? And then you have to. Then he gets in the game, and like.
But once you play it once, you can't. I mean, now that's it. You're gonna play it
No,
again.
you can. You do movies and TV shows next, but but we might have to let Steven win because I know when you were with LA Guns, they told you that to always let Tracy win no matter what. That he was always right. Isn't that correct?
It's the same rule that most of the Roman soldiers had when they were with Caligula. Just let Nero have his way.
I'm glad people enjoyed that. Here's a few good ones. The zeros. We did forget the zeros.
Oh, yeah. You should know
Someone
that.
says X Racer. That does not count. It was called Racer X.
X Racer.
But yeah, there were some fun ones in there, and you can wait for the home edition, which will be available very soon. Now we've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
All right, we need to eat something because I have to. We got to get this.
You have any suggestions where you want to go? Maybe let the audience involved.
I don't know, man. It's like it's a whole ordeal. I get you, and then we drive you back.
Well, I can Uber to somewhere and meet you, or you can just come over here and we can eat something in this area.
What, like you mean in your apartment complex?
I don't think we call them condos, but I don't think.
I got that here. Vending machine. It's like a whole.
You already have your place has that. You guys have all kinds of. You have cornholing and stuff.
Yeah, but
there's activity.
Without a chef on full time, it's really just an apartment.
What about English food? Good. I'll tell you the things that are close to me.
Stop with that stuff. You know how?
No. They don't do any games or anything. I mean, they play darts. But the Crown and Anchor, that's a spot that has English food, like Harry Potter English food. Or
rat. We didn't say rat for the R's.
No. Or Stephen Piercy for the S's.
Take my whole thing back. Everything I said was stupid.
Well, that's part of the fun. Good question here from Rockefeller. Was fake rat the one for F? Fake rat should have been the F.
That's funny.
Good one.
Someone else said
enough. Yeah.
All right, so they're playing along.
Ziggy Marley's a good one.
We have fun.
Yeah, Ziggy Marley was good, and I think there might be a Zoe chick, maybe.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, so we also have we got the Metro Pizza around me. That's kind of got your Italian food. I think that's open, and then
that cannot be good. Do you think the beef sandwich at that hot dog place might be good?
Oh, I'm sure it is. It's Chicago. But what time is it? 7:18. I don't think that place is going to be open much longer. Did you remember the hours?
Yeah. Well, that was
Do you want to eat a big beef sandwich right before you get on a plane?
We're not leaving till tomorrow.
No, I don't know how your stomach digests.
Oh no, I'll be. Hopefully tomorrow morning will be like a normal morning for me. I'll have to get up a little early, start the process earlier. But I mean, I plan on, I don't want to get on a plane with a Sidewinder in there.
Right. No, if you don't have to, it's probably best you don't.
No, that's because then next thing, unless you're really into crop dusting, then you want to fill that tank up.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting next to you on some of these flights, so no, I'm not directly next to you.
Well, the last time we were on a flight, you were across the aisle texting me, and I'm texting you back.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Mean Girls. We're like, yeah, do you believe that? And you're like, yeah. And then say something, and then you'll look over and like, I know. Look.
We texted each other the same thing.
Ridiculous.
We texted each other the same exact thought in different wording, but it had something to do with the flight attendant's ass.
Yeah, because you kept farting and putting it up there and crop dusting.
That's not what I took. That's not what I took from it. But I was sitting with the boss, and you were diagonal, and yes, we did carry on a silly conversation. I should point out that silverback orangutan in the time of monkey disease. That's not very funny, but Johnny, do you know Zimzum?
No, I think that's someone from Chicago that played with Marilyn Manson. I know that, I think Chicago connection there, but I don't personally know him.
Well, thank you for the tip, and it's appreciated. It's going to go towards dinner. Oh, Benny Hanna is always fun. It's a good
Yeah,
suggestion.
but that's a huge ordeal, right? I mean, that would be a good one. That's
It'll
like
be
a
fun.
lot of work.
But yeah, that might need we might need a few more tips so that we can have dessert.
That too, it's also expensive.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to throw food in our mouths,
I mean, I'm sure we can think of something. I wasn't I liked going to the Cosmopolitan, but I wasn't overwhelmed by the food at that place.
Yeah, that's the late night place, though. I got some spots there that are open, but we'd have to leave right now. But Cosmo's got some good spots. But it's,
P.F. Chang's, we've been there. It's not bad. That's where you went when you were cheating on me.
With my domestic partner, Eddie Trunk.
I was over there today at Guitar Center. Boy, those guys. Do you ever want to go into somewhere where you think they should be working with a donkey and a ladder? That's the place to go.
The zombies count under Z. Yeah, zombies would have counted.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. That's what I said. I didn't like my choices.
Like the idea is to be fast.
Right. I don't think fast quick under pressure. I guess like that.
Right.
I did. I came up with them quick, but they were not good ones.
You hear DEF CON back in the day?
Of course. Yeah, they were a band from Chicago. My friend Sean Ostis and I believe Gerald Guzman and his brother. Might have been in that band. Steve Dack now, Stevie D from Buck Cherry. He grew up with guys. So that he was in a lot of those bands too. I don't know if he was ever in that band, but he was friends with all of them, and so was I. We all went to school together, and then I went to Harper College, and he only hung around for like a semester and said, I'm out, and went to Hollywood. I, for some reason, finished college, but him and a friend of ours, Kurt Anderson, all these guys were friends that Chicago people, and DEF CON was one of the bands that they were all in, and it was a long time ago, and I try to move forward, but of course you remember things that you liked about certain things, and just seems like a lifetime ago.
Mm-hmm. That's
they didn't have
a very
this
special,
back then. Yeah.
Very special moment with Johnny. This is a fun place here. This is called China Poblano, which is by this famous chef Jose Anders or something like that. And this is located in it's located in the Cosmopolitan, my home away from home. And they've got this great menu of Chinese and Mexican. I'm going to show you the tasting menu. It's $45 a person, so we might need a few more tips. But you get chips and salsa. Then you get traditional sumai, which I believe is like a dumpling. You get tuna ceviche. You can substitute. I don't like that. Taco de carnitas, wok roasted seasoned vegetable, camarones al mojo de ajo negro, which is black garlic shrimp, and then you get a 20 vegetable fried rice. You can actually count. There's 20. And then you get for dessert, they present you with a churro that you dip into
That's way too much food, and also it's a strange combination. Can't we go somewhere normal?
I know you like to venture out into.
I like to try different stuff. This is a little nuts, like you said. We're getting at
True. To get on a plane, maybe this would not be. Oh, but hold on, Indie Cult is helping here. He says he assumes Bobby wasn't nice. I don't know Bobby. Is he talking to me this time? Indy, maybe you're talking to me and you're asking about Bobby Blotzer? I could be wrong.
Oh, Gerald Guzman's cousin, Jay. I spoke to Gerald not too long ago. He's doing good. He's got a lot of guitars, this guy. He's a big fan of the Warren Star. He's really close with our Warren Star pals.
Oh, okay. Is that one's here? I haven't had this Portillo's yet. I'd like to.
Oh, that's what we got to. Well, to get that, we could have it flown out here.
Well, we're going to be in Illinois. Are we just too far from a Portillo's?
Illinois. That's silent.
Did I say Illinois?
It's I don't know. We're going to be in Des Plaines. We could get over to a Portillo's. I don't know how much.
Well, the S is silence in Des Plaines.
Des Plaines. No.
Maybe we can get over there. I would like to.
Yeah, that I think you would enjoy because
Indie
that's
Cult is we're gonna eat good tonight. Indie Cult, but
he's really going. He's really helping this. See, now it's like, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have stayed here and ate the rest of those hot dog buns.
Well, me too. I was going to look through the trash for a sandwich bag of tomato sauce.
Chase the rat out of my. Come back with that cheese. It is mine. Back, raton. It is my cheese. No, I bought that cheese. That was a $7 piece of cheese. It's mine. I'm feeding my babies. I don't want to hear about your family.
You have that discussion often?
What?
Do you have that discussion often?
I'm saying if there are rats here, there's no real rats here. The only rats here live in the building and have jobs and drive cars.
Right.
No, but I mean, of course we could save it and dip in. I never know though where we're at with the amount. I'm trusting you to be.
You think I keep track? I just say.
You're kind of like the banker in this situation, and I'm kind of like the mime that held their attention for 30 minutes. And you want to see our car? Step right up. You're doing great, Johnny. Keep it going. Oh, I'll take one from you, ma'am. You like our mime? He's doing a great job. Keep it going. Do something about that. No. And I'm like, we're eating good tonight. We made $6. You say $6? I thought it was $200. No. You're mistaken. You go back to the okay. 6 more. I eat good tonight. Come back here with that cheese.
Mm-hmm. Very true. You should get ice cream at the Oberweis. I think the S is silent. Oberweis Dairy in Des Plaines.
Yeah,
their chocolate milk is amazing too. If you're into it,
is fine. It's a little bit of a cult. And actually, he was running for some form of government, the town's village idiot or something. But anyways, they do have quality ice cream. Don't get me wrong, but not my favorite. I don't know. Yeah.
Johnny's very, very picky. All right, Johnny, you and I will decide right now, but I think it's time to wrap up this broadcast.
We better, or they're going to give us enough money to leave town.
That's true, and we might be right on that midnight.
More organ grinder. Trying. That's another $7 from you. Thank you. 782. The raton.
Somebody suggests we go back to Hofbrauhaus.
Stop. If I'm going back there, I'm bringing a seat cushion and headphones, and maybe one of those long sticks to poke people with. But the food wasn't bad. I don't want to eat heavy. I want to eat something that fills you up, but that isn't so heavy.
All right, well, we're going to figure that out. We don't need the audience to be involved in our dietary habits. They were nice enough to.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody.
Guys, yeah, you never know. We may go live. Who knows? But I'll be documenting everything, and we will see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching.